So, what I didn't realize at the time, why that moment was able to have me switch gears so quickly. And I really do believe if you speak with others who perhaps have had addictions or negative behaviors in their life that has impacted things, or even just people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're going,
Yep.
what was it about that moment that made me change? And I really believe for me, it was because when I was young, this was a little bit of a different time, late 80s, early 90s, latchkey kids were allowed to go
Mhm.
further block
I remember
radius from
that day.
the house by themselves. Me and my stepbrother, regardless of the house environment that we were in, it was not a healthy household. We just kind of took it upon ourselves to start making weird things like gift boxes and knitted scarves. And if it wasn't nailed down in the house, we were grabbing it. And he was like, hey, let's go to a flea market and sell this stuff. And so we were hopping on buses, we were traveling by ourselves, we were interacting with strangers. And back in those days, flea markets was not a place you would find a child unless they were dragged there. This was all citizens selling their old antiques and stuff in, this environment. And we were there hustling. We were selling, we were interacting with strangers, making our own money. It was those experiences that made me go, wow, like I know I could always get away if I needed to because I can travel and I can talk and I can ask strangers for help, or I could use strangers to help me with making money. Like this identity of myself made it like a no brainer at a young age to be like, yeah, of course I can take over the world. I can do whatever I want. And so when I had this, I ended up getting really angry. I started following a different path. I chose to take ownership of my life in an unhealthy way. But in that moment, when the line that the mom had said was just, you guys aren't good for one another. Like, where do you think this is going? When she said that, I was just like, yeah, like, where is this going? And because I had this prior identity, and belief in what I knew I could do, what I knew I was capable of, switching into that gear, my belief was already there. I didn't have to convince myself. And I believe that's what allowed me to have this complete 180 with my life and to change. And so those are the experiences that we're trying to create for thousands and thousands of kids every year through the charity. And likewise, helping adults to really start to form that identity on purpose because most of our identities have been built based on survival in this default
Yeah.
mode.